that we got from the UK, and I think I know the answer. I would like to know, as a young investor interested in real estate, is there a minimum deposit amount to make your first purchase, or is it case by case basis? And I think the answer is case by case.
Negotiated.
Yeah, it's something that you'd have to discuss.
Yeah. So usually what happens is that vendors would ask for roughly 10%. That can change to 15%.
Or
But
5.
outside of that, though, you'd also need to save for what is called your closing costs. So what we usually tell individuals is that it's important that when you look at that purchase price, save at least 20 to 25%, because there's certain expenses that you're going to incur that you'll have to cover.
All right, thank you
But
very
some of
much.
those closing costs can also be negotiated. So.
Yes.
Closing costs,
Yes, agreed.
and processing fees. I want to ask Minister Hill a question now. The government of Jamaica, and I think you mentioned it, has looked strongly at the business environment, not just the macroeconomic fundamentals, but how easy is it to do business? And I know as the business minister there, I have 20 sister agencies in Jampro. But what are some of the things that the ministry is doing and that the government is doing that makes it easier to do business in Jamaica and make it more attractive for a diaspora?
Well, let's go to if you're a manufacturer. And just last week, since I became minister in early 2022, I noticed our trade balance history. We've been independent for 62 years, and 61 of those years, we've had a negative trade balance. The last year we had a positive trade balance was in 1966, a long time ago. Now, I tell you that to say we in the government have put in a facility that enables manufacturers to do a lot more, and especially if you're exporting. Last week before last, I was in St. Anne at Lidford Mining, I can name them. They bought, Schlitt was there with us, they bought a machine for $2.4 million US. That machine reduces the dust from, what they do, they mine limestone. And they mine limestone of an industrial and medicinal quality. So the toothpaste you use could actually have Jamaican limestone, and most likely Tums, when you have to take one, has Jamaican limestone in it. That's the quality of our limestone. So they bought this fantastic German machine, and it's very efficient. What they used to use 1 liter of oil on to make 1 ton of limestone mining. This machine uses the same 1 liter and it makes 5 tons. But for that $2.4 million US, because of a facility called the Productive Input Relief that the Ministry of Industry, together with the Ministry of Finance, put in, they were able to not pay taxes and custom duties of up to about $500,000 US. Now that's for a big importer. And you don't even clap? And you can't get it enough.
Yeah.
All of you who are manufacturing anything can get that benefit for the machinery. But we do go better. The stuff that you use for manufacturing, raw material, if you were to import it, let's say you're doing wood products and you import wood from Guyana or Suriname, both of which have tremendous amount of lumber. In that manufacturing process, you buy a piece of machinery that does the wood. You have to buy the wood to make the manufacturing stuff. We give you the benefit on the wood as well. So the machinery and material, listen, Diaspora, there's no place else you should be investing but Jamaica. Come home, and that's one of them. So when you want to connect, Shulette just put in a business gateway at Jampro where she has, I don't know, 20 agencies on it now, going up to 45 or 49 shortly, so that you sit in your office and make the connections to make your life easier to do business in Jamaica. Jamaica, before the World Bank evaluation, went down because of a problem. It's going back up now after a few years. Jamaica was listed as the sixth easiest country in the world to open a business. But once you open it, you want to make sure you can continue to do business easily. And this business ministry, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, you tell us what the problem is. A piece of legislation is archaic. I get my chief technical director and the PS, and I make sure, and the agency, if it's a company's office, and I make sure I write it till I get the cabinet submission and through to Parliament. That's why we are the business ministry. I have no fear at all to make sure with clarity and with a clear direction, make sure we make it easier for you to do business in Jamaica. And that's just the beginning. You hear what the financial guys have done. It's an industry I know very well. And they have the government, the big part about that, the government has stayed out of the capital markets for the last 7-8 years. We haven't gone in the capital markets to borrow money. Usually the government was in there before we came in, crowding out the business sector. You couldn't have money to lend. Well, them tell you now, them have all the money you want. And given where the Fed is going to do shortly and where our inflation has come back into the range set by policy, by cabinet, that you can expect that interest rates will begin, I hope, will begin to come back to moderate and even make it more attractive to do business in Jamaica.
Thank you.
Let
Thank
me
you.
just add to that, because just an endorsement, in Grace Kennedy, we run 5 factories in Jamaica, and we're able to produce at competitive levels.
Yes, that productive input relief is a big selling point. And I just want to add that Minister spoke about it for manufacturing, but it's also available for agriculture. It's available for the creative industries or the entertainment sector. It's available for healthcare, and it's available for the tourism industry. So 5 different industries that benefit from that. I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions. So I have a question. I want to start a business. How easy is it to start a business? You go to www.orcjamaica.com. That's how easy it is. You reserve the name that you want to start your business, and then there's a process that can take anywhere from half a day to 2 days max if there's deep research needed, and your business is open. So that is how simple. Minister spoke about these processes being online and Jamaica being the 6th easiest place to start a business. orcjamaica.com. And the second part of the question was, I want to invest in Jamaica. How do I assure that my investments will help the regular Jamaicans where they can be paid a fair wage? Well, I'll tell you 2 things. First of all, we just raise the minimum wage again. So fair wages by law are now a thing. And the second part is I mentioned that there are 2 ways or a couple ways you can invest. Direct investments is where you're opening the business yourself. So you determine how much it benefits the regular Jamaicans. But also if you choose to invest, for example, through the stock market, you can use any of these financial institutions or any of the other financial institutions to research the stock that you're buying to make sure that their values align to your values in terms of what are their business practices, so that you make sure that when you invest, your money is going into a company that share those values with you. So I'll answer that question. Minister wanted to weigh in as well.
Quickly, not only do you go to orcjamaica.com, is that the right one? orcjamaica.com to open your business. But I want to advise you, when you're opening a business, very often you talk to your friends and your family, and sometimes even a lawyer. Eventually you get to a lawyer to sort out your business. But that's not where you start. Listen to me. I've started businesses, I've run businesses around the world. Don't do that. Come to the government agency like JAMPRO, like JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation, like Companies Office of Jamaica. Get their advice for free. That everything that the lawyer tells you they're going to charge you, and the lawyers will have to stay in business, but I don't have to worry about them. They're well trained and they know how to get clients. Right, Minister? So,
Minister, I just add to that for a lot of the entities as well, I'm sure my colleagues would be the same. A lot of these institutions, they put out weekly newsletters. So you actually can
I've seen
subscribe
Yes.
to weekly
Yes.
newsletters that tells you what's happening with a lot of these companies and can inform your decision making. So you can just sign up for these newsletters.
I want to mention the last thing. One of the important questions that person looking at starting a business was, how do I pay a fair wage to ordinary Jamaicans? When I started, I said when we came to government, unemployment was 13.4%. It's now 4.2%. Yes, thank you. All of us work for it. When unemployment was 13.4% and even 16%, it was an employer's market. Grace has been in there. She knows me, I tell the truth. And all of them over there. It was an employer's market. It was my market. I was running NCB at the time. Big market for us. Well, when you get down to 4.2%, economics tells you that where there's a lot of supply, the price goes down. At 16.4% or 13.4% unemployment, wages are in the employer's favor. Well, when it gets down to 4.2, Grace, Madam Grace from Grace, you get down, you have to negotiate and do well. But employers have to understand that the game has changed a bit, and you have to now look at comparison. If you're in the hospitality business, what are you paying in Barbados and Trinidad and elsewhere versus here? And if you're in the manufacturing business, you have to look at that. So the arrangement has changed. But if you have an interest, and I know big companies here, I was with one over the weekend. They don't have any problem with their employees. They don't have an issue because they have good HR policies that make sure that they're market competitive. And that's, the private sector love to talk about the market. Well, me come from there, me love to talk about the market too. So when the market comes down to 4.2%, look at yourself.
Yeah.
And raise the standard. So that's how you're going to invest in Jamaica. We want every investor in here and every ordinary Jamaican to benefit from the good economic environment that has been created. The government can create the playing field and regulate the playing field, but it's you business people must play well on the playing field so everybody feel that it's fair.
If I may,
Quick comment, Lynn.
yes, I think one of the things as well is that, as you made mention of, JAMPRO, for example, as well as the consulates and the high commissions,
Yes.
they do have this information. So I'll encourage all diasporans to really reach out to your consulates, reach out to your high commissions, reach out to JAMPRO. And this information is right there at their fingertips, in addition to what Grace made mention that we all produce newsletters. So, and we facilitate that through online distribution. So sign up with us, but of course, it's at your fingertips when you go to your high commissions or consulates.
And that's an excellent point. As you know, JAMPRO is in Toronto, New York, and London. We can't be everywhere. And so we are proud to have as our partners the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and our economic diplomacy program, where we engage with the foreign service offices. Just last week, we did a briefing session. Every so often, we meet with them. We tell them what's happening, what sectors are doing well, what processes are changing, so that they have the information that they can pass on to you. So that's a very good point, and that gave us a plug for our EDP with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A quick question: do I need to be a citizen, have dual citizenship to open a business in Jamaica or get funding for projects? No, you do not. You do not have to be a citizen at all to get funding or to buy land in Jamaica. You can be just anybody that is interested in being a part of our economic community.
Madam Moderator, we have a question from the floor.
Sure, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I have a question. This is for Mrs. This question is
Could you just say your name and maybe which country?
my name is Shauna Campbell, and I relocated to Jamaica last year. I'm first generation American, so I now live in Mandeville, Manchester.
Welcome home.
So this question is for Mr. Wellington. Many of us are aware of the ongoing existing issues in Jamaica. However, your platform is one of the few that has a solution-focused, oriented approach that balances out the disempowering images of Jamaica. So can you share about the power of social media that highlights and showcase the other side of Jamaica, especially when it comes to brand Jamaica?
Sure. Thank you for the question, Shorna. So on my platform, I would like to think I'm very transparent and realistic and also publicly aware of the challenges that Jamaica has. And one of the pushbacks that I often get a lot on my platform is that Jamaica is so dangerous, and you should stay as far away as possible from Jamaica because X, Y, and Z will happen to you if you do invest here or move here. And I very much recognize whatever happens to individuals, and I'm very sorry for those families who suffer the consequences of others' actions in that regard. But nonetheless, I think a lot of times that these challenges that we face often get sensationalized and often take on that's almost like how things are here every day. And from like a lifestyle perspective, and I was talking about this on my live stream yesterday, like living and being here in Jamaica, it's like a great, great, great life. And it's just so crazy to me. And unfortunately, a lot of the negative pushback that I get on my platform is from Jamaicans who are living abroad. And that was like one of the motivations of me starting my channel. I was like, they're saying all these negative things about Jamaica. And I was like, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's not like that here. And I feel
we're not supposed to be out here, which is exactly
Jamaica is moving in a very, very positive direction, more so now than ever before, talking about the economic indicators, et cetera, et cetera. But I also still believe that for those who don't like what's happening or the state of Jamaica, it is right now, for whatever reason, and you want to be a negative Nancy, that's okay. But to me, the power lies within us and within the individual. And we have to be a part of the solution and be solution oriented. And yes, we could talk about all the whatever negative thing, and we can pull that from any state or any government or any nation in the world, and we can nitpick at all the negative things that happen there. But I think if we are more focused on solutions, more focused on building our communities, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, I have to build the whole of Jamaica, but maybe we can build the town that you came from, or the community that you came from, or Negril or Montego Bay, and focus on that, and focus on uplifting the people there and giving them opportunities. To me, that's how the nation moves forward, and that's how the nation really reaches its potential. And I think your presence here is a huge, huge testament to that. And I think if we can collectively push out these vibes and push out this positiveness outside of this conference and take the energy from this conference and really push it out, I think we can quell a lot of the sensationalized negative things that are out there on social media.
Thank you. All right, we've got a few questions here. So if I could ask the panelists,
hold on. I just want to do 1 minute, Dr. Brown, because there was another question that I could just piggyback on what was just asked. What are the opportunities in particular for young entrepreneurs in micro-business sectors?
Sure. I mean, I think it's specific to, I come from tourism, so my brain always goes to the main tourist cities. So Montego Bay, Negril, Ochi, Treasure Beach, even going out to Port Antonio and St. Thomas now. And I would say, I would encourage you to look at it from a principle standpoint and see what is missing there. So for me, if you were coming to Negril and you're going to open another Jamaican restaurant, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You probably do okay. But why wouldn't you come here and go to Negril and open up, say, a sushi restaurant instead? And it's like a simple, like lateral step to the left, lateral step to the right. There is a group of, I don't know them, but they're of entrepreneurs. I believe they're like first generation American Jamaicans, and they're opening Dinner in the Sky in Negril. And I'm like, that's the outside the box thinking that you want. Like that doesn't exist in Jamaica, that doesn't exist in Negril. And instead of just starting a Jamaican restaurant, I'm sure they'll probably have Jamaican food, but you're gonna be 50 feet in the air over the water having dinner. And I think it's like those kind of things like are gonna do well, and you're gonna get support from the local community. And I always say too, just from my experience, is like whatever business that you have, don't, again, purely my opinion, don't necessarily focus on the people who are only going to be here for a weekend or a week, visitors, tourists. Focus on the community and focus on the people who are going to support your business year-round 365. And you want to really take as much as you can, the seasonality out of it. Of course, you'll probably do a little bit better, especially in your tourist town, if you're in the winter season. But nonetheless, to me, it's like catering to your local community and getting the support there. Because even though we have all this social media, word of mouth is just still extremely, extremely powerful in this country.
Agreed.
Go ahead, Dr. Brown. Please give your name and country.
Good morning, everybody. My name is I'm Trevor Hamilton. My country, I have many countries I live in. I've worked in 45 countries. And I'm Guyanese, I'm Jamaican, and I'm from St. Elizabeth. That's a country.
You're here.
And the minister knows me well. He's reported to be from my parish to St. West. But I have some, I could have been a case study here, but let's not talk about that. Minister, greetings.
Good to see you, Doc.
Okay. I welcome this as a start, and I think we have to take diaspora investments seriously, the same we take foreign investments seriously. It is still not recognized as a sector, and I believe in Jamaica only when we recognize something to be important, we put everything into it. We recognize that the BPO was important, and we put every resource into the BPO. We don't recognize enough that diaspora investment is a sector. Diaspora investment, I blame the diaspora. I'm a member of diaspora too, so I can take that risk. I blame the diaspora because you have 20%, you contribute 20% to the GDP of this country. Foreign investment only contributes 3%. So foreign investment is really a minority in this whole scheme of things. And so we need to reposition the diaspora as a stronger force. We can't be directors in a company. We can't be directors, shareholders in a country. And take it so lightly.
No, Doc.
No, we have diaspora directors.
Everybody, anybody from Dubai, from Guyana, from anywhere you are, as long as you are not a criminal, okay, and yet you're not money laundering or people trading, and in case you're doing it, we have good friends who will tell us. You don't have to be a Jamaican to be an investor, a shareholder, a director, and owner of land in Jamaica. So no. Correct that. Next point.
I'm not sure you understand. With due respect, Minister, I don't want to. I'm not sure you. I'm saying.
I heard what you said.
Okay, I'm saying we need to be active in investment in our country. I came back. I'm a case study. I've invested. I've actually gone to centers with an investor. And okay, look.
But it's open. We can have a one-on-one with you. But investors,
Certainly.
it's open to everybody. Remember now, I ran NCB and NCB Capital. It's not something I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I know that people are able to invest. If you have a particular issue, And you've been a consultant in Jamaica for years. You know the landscape. So if there's a particular issue, should let myself, any one of these leading
Okay,
executives will
Minister,
help.
I don't have an issue. I will not talk about anything further for the time being.
Yes, let's talk offline. I'll be happy to do that.
All right, before I take the next one, I just want to give some quick responses. Somebody asked about what are we doing with Africa, especially with trade and tech, and I feel like, Minister, that one just walked right in. So since last year, the minister has been leading a series of export and investment business missions. And last year, I think we went Caribbean and we went traditional markets, so US, Canada, London. This year, we're doing a lot of non-traditional markets. So next month, we're doing Latin America, Mexico, Colombia, Costa Rica, and El Salvador. And at the end of August, early September, we'll be doing Nigeria, Ghana, Rwanda, and Sierra Leone. And the objective of those missions are twofold. We're not just going there talking about Jamaica and what a wonderful place we are to invest, because we are, but we're also bringing with us, Minister doesn't get on a plane without a private sector delegation. We're also bringing with us business people from Jamaica who we will put in contact with business people in those countries with a view to exporting to that country or developing business partnerships. So if you are interested in any of these missions, please talk to us at the Jumper booth in the marketplace. All of the questions that came in about mortgages, home ownership steps, requirements, mortgage rates, I'm gonna ask you to go to the booth in the marketplace for GK, VM, JN, and I'm sure there are some others there.
Where's the marketplace?
The marketplace is in block B, which is over on that side of the convention center, where they have the luncheon, yes. There were also questions about how do we funnel funds into healthcare and education and empowering the youth. And I'm going to defer those questions. I'll share them with Dr. Brown so that they can be channeled into the right panel. Dr. Brown, I have 5 minutes, so I can take maybe 1 or 2 more questions from the floor before we wrap up.
Good morning. I am Bruce Barkley, a retired colonel of the JDF and a Jamaican from the USA, Florida. I have 3 projects in Jamaica: a 5-acre farm in St. Mary, a 22-studio apartment in Vineyard Town, and an Airbnb in Montego Bay. I sold the Airbnb because it was broken into, the furniture's destroyed, and the person who grilled it to secure it was murdered a month later. What my question is there a plan to rally the diaspora and Jamaicans at home and abroad, similar to how we rallied around COVID? Is there a plan to deal with crime and corruption in Jamaica? Thank you.
And there were a couple questions on WhatsApp about crime as well.
We understand that that's a pressing issue, and there'll be a session later on, I think. The Commissioner of Police will be here, who is new, and he is a high-tech commissioner. But what I'm going to say quickly and broadly is that murders are down in Jamaica this year, quite importantly and substantially. High double-digit numbers. What we've found is that gangland crime has been down significantly. A lot of crime taking place are from domestic, especially, unfortunately, many of the murders are domestic ones, man and woman issue, picnic and parents and tree kind of parents involved, business. now we're working on that, and how we're working on it is for many, many years, there was really not much investment in crime. Since this government has been in, we're probably close to $250 million spent in investing in crime and giving them the tools that they need to deal with crime. Dealing with crime is also a social problem. We have to look at the moral compass in which we're training our kids or not training them. When many of us went to school, things were different. We may have to, I see they're teaching civics back in school again, but investment has to be there. We're putting the money into the police so that they can find and investigate properly. And you notice crimes are being solved much faster now in Jamaica. It will take time. We understand that the diaspora is a big issue. Sometimes they meet it at the airport. We think that is going down. But the government is working across society, Ministry of Education, business, customs, the police, to make sure that we do everything we can within a reasonable period of time to bring that crime factor down. It's having an effect, but it's a long haul, and we are committed to making sure it works.
All right, last question from the audience.
Hi, Tracy Ann, New Jersey, and also here, going back and forth every 2 weeks. I'm also an investor in one of the most beautiful resorts in Negril, which is the High Life Resort. I also building in St. Andrew, and also I send about 13 girls right now to school, and it does not matter where, and I do it out of my pocket. Now, I watched YouTube a lot, and over like probably the past 5 months, I've been seeing YouTubers are just storming in, and to sensationalize and to get their audience, they're making statements that upsets me. Like, I went to Dentil, and I have to pass into Spanish Town, and they will write, and I don't want to say the actual person because he did get locked up in another country. And at first, when I saw it, I sent out to a group that is in New Jersey, and I said, how can we stop this? He will write the most dangerous city in Jamaica. Even the local doesn't visit here. And I'm wondering, why are you even there? Here's my question. How are we protecting our brand on a cyber space? We don't open our doors and let people just come right in and do whatever they want in your house. Jamaica is our house. We need to know when we're closing certain doors, or we charge them for working here.
Thank you.
Can I hop in?
I'm gonna stop.
If I could hop
All
in.
right, Swap will answer.
Yeah, sure. So I was at the real estate conference, I think last month or the month before, and I don't know what to do or have an answer to kind of put a net around Jamaica and its brand and protecting it in that sense. But I'm familiar. I know exactly who you're talking about and what you're talking about. And I find it like absolutely disgusting because, you know, we have our own problems here about with our own Jamaicans making content that sensationalize what's happening here, and they're doing it and making money off of it. And that's the whole thing. They're monetizing it and they're making it bigger and worse than it is. And same thing with the folks who are coming in here, which is even more annoying because they're not even from here, but they're kind of just coming in here and just taking out value, and then we're the ones who have to suffer the consequences of that. So at the real estate conference, I told the realtors there, like, one, it's very important to make content as a realtor to get people to look at Jamaica. But two, we need to make content to combat this negativity and the sensationalization of Jamaica at scale. And I say the same thing with my fellow content creators. It's really us who are going to fight this battle because it is a battle of attention. And it's like if they're putting out more content at scale, negative content at scale, there's more of a chance that more people are going to watch that content. So we as positive content creators, I wouldn't even say positive content creators, but creators and people who are here that really are going to show the authentic aspect of what it is to like to live here, to invest here, and to have a good life here at the end of the day. That to me is like the best way that I know to combat these ridiculous pieces of content that are out there.
I just want to add that this is, one second, this is a challenge to our excellent private sector. If you see what happens, you take on a big European company or a nation, and you see they come together in force. You know, we're willing, we have that issue we have to deal with the BPO. I asked Shulette and the team, the chairman of my agencies, to come up with a plan to go to cabinet as to how we're going to deal with crime that affects the BPO. Kelly Dawn will talk to you this morning about that. So we want to make sure that we do what Winthrop says. It's you in the private sector, and if you have an angle that you think the government should be working on with you, come to us. This business ministry, we're working on an overall rebranding of Jamaica, big time, through Diaspora and the OPM. We want to make sure we protect that brand. We will work with you, but for heaven's sake, this is market driven. You guys initiate, and we will join with you.
All right. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm having about 10 different people in front of me showing me signs that I must wrap up now. I'm going to ask you, and if I can just have my Diaspora people put up their hands in the audience. I know I see Berletta there.
Raise your
we
hand.
have Diaspora people. There's Marlene over there. We have the Diaspora booth. And of course, everybody here has a booth. I'm going to ask you to just catch us one-on-one, and we'll deal with the questions that you have. And Minister, I think, is here until end of day tomorrow. Very accessible as well. I'm going to also respond to everybody that sent me a WhatsApp message and direct you to the correct place. But I want to thank my panelists.
Good morning.
I think this was a very...
Comment I have. I'm sorry I was on the other line. I really need to say this publicly. My name is Okama Ekpebrook. I'm originally from Nigeria. I live in Canada, and I come today from Canada. And I come as the president of the Caribbean Studies Association. I also come as the founder of the Africa Caribbean Heritage Alliance. My comment is, I'm a young person. I've traveled around the world to over 50 countries. I travel with Nigerian passport. And each country I travel to, I have to get a visa because I'm a permanent resident of Canada. But I've been married to a Canadian for 29 years. I still travel on Canadian. Came this time, Jamaica, I applied for my entry online, and it was the most easy access I've ever had, and cost-free. And I made a pledge to all my networks that I was going to share this message wherever the opportunity. So I'm sorry to take your time, but this is a message that everybody needs to hear, that the government of Jamaica, the people of Jamaica, are really paving the way for success for the future. Thank you.
I'm so glad you took our time. Can you imagine how I'm going to say that message often when I go to my African countries later this year, but also to say that PICA, the Passport and Immigration Authority here, they actually do a very good job. And I want to say thanks to PICA and the Ministry of National Security, because that's where PICA lodges. So all we hear, we talk about crime, PICA's in the mix, like customs, and I'm so thankful for your comment. And give her a round of applause again, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep an applause going for our panelists. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for this outstanding panel of government representatives, business leaders, thank you, Shalette, investors and members of the Jamaica diaspora. Their insights on investment opportunities, regulatory frameworks, and collaborative strategies aimed at leveraging diaspora resources for sustainable business development has really set the tone for JDC 10. I see we're already moving around in the room, and so I invite you to enjoy a brief coffee break while continuing the dialogue on how to harness the power of the diaspora. You will also want to check in with Government at Your Service and visit our marketplace live, and that's happening in exhibition halls B and A. Please do not be late for our first Riverside chat on succeeding at business in the diaspora, where the main program is going to resume right here. We start on time because we want to get back on time throughout the day. So I look forward to you joining me here for the Riverside chat. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great morning. See you soon.
Imagine being able to refer back to a transcript for all your one-on-ones, all-hands meetings, interviews, or sales calls.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, wherever you are watching, listen from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. As soon as we get back the live feed from the Montego Bay Conference Center in Montego Bay, Jamaica, we will go back there because we need to listen to what they're saying. I know a lot of you are saying they're chatting rubbish, but sometimes you need to listen to what they're saying for us to analyze and for us to really get it firsthand in what they're saying. So as soon as we can get the live feed come to us from the Montego Bay Conference Center, we will go back to the Montego Bay Conference Center live and bring it back to you, where you all can listen and make sense out of nonsense. This is the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget that this evening at 7 p.m. Sorry about that. This evening at 7 p.m. Join Make We Talk, Raising Rattigan, as we come to you with our own diaspora. So it will be Wilfred Rattigan, Herb Nelson Jr., Rupert Francis, myself, the president, and others. We'll be having some guests coming on in to speak to us. So join us this evening when we come to you live with our own, the People's Diaspora. The People's Diaspora. And although you all may think that what is going on in Jamaica is garbage, we need to listen to what they're saying. And then we can come together and say, hey, they were chatting rubbish or they were lying. So as soon as the feed is back to us, yes, as soon as we can get the feedback, we will go back live to the Montego Bay Conference Center, rather, not the Jamaica Conference Center, the Montego Bay Conference Center over there in the tourist mecca of Montego Bay. Based on what we hear so far, the lady was saying that it is very easy for them to apply for a passport or to apply for. Hold on for me. I think I have somebody calling into the program here. Good morning. You're live on the Make We Talk.
Good morning. Second time over here.
Pardon me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We're live on the Make We Talk program.
Yeah, man. Give that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Constantine Bogle.
Yes, Mr. Bogle.
Yeah, man.
Yes, Mr. Bogle, you call? What happened?
No, Brent call and give me the phone. So if you don't wish to talk to me that or another day, we can put it up.
Mr. Bogle, go ahead, Mr. Bogle. I'm listening to what you're saying, sir. I have a program going
No,
on.
sir.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying if you don't wish to speak to me now,
No,
or you don't,
I
you
can
know,
speak to you, sir, but I want to know what is it all about? What you want to talk about? I'm willing to speak to you.
I am a candidate in the for council election, and I am wondering how this election run, and we don't hear nothing at all about the election. We don't hear nothing at all. No result, nothing come out, come over. How does nothing will come over the radio?
What result you talking about?
About the television result.
I am trying to find out. I'm trying to find out from you, Mr. Bogle. What election you talking about? You talking about local government election or what? I don't understand.
Local government election.
So you live in Jamaica, sir?
Of course.
So you're saying to me you never hear nothing on television in Jamaica and nothing about the election?
Nothing at all.
So how I get
came over?
Hold on for me, sir. How is it that I listen to it both on TVJ, CVM, Nationwide, and everybody else? I stay where I am. I stay where I am, and I listen to the results.
I didn't hear it.
So you what? Your TV and your TV and not working in your house?
No, sir. My TV is working.
So you're saying to me during the election coverage?
I am saying to you that I am not the only person that was up and listening for the results I know here.
You are saying to me, sir, that at no time at all you heard the result of the local government election on any television station in Jamaica?
That's what I said. That's what I just said.
I don't believe you, sir. And you know why I said I don't believe you, sir? Because I was watching it. I stay right here in the United States and was watching it. And I think it was on TVJ, CVM, and Nationwide. I was watching it. And all the people, on my platform here, they were watching it with me. So I don't understand why you said you didn't hear it.
I did not hear it, sir.
So you don't know so hold on there. Have you called radio stations in Jamaica before and said they didn't hear it?
I don't call none of them.
Oh. So what are you gonna do, sir, if it didn't hear it? Did you contest the election, sir?
Bobby, I talk to you.
Hello?
It's Constantine Bobby, I talk to you, you must call it all along. That's a friend, you say.
And I'm asking a question, sir. Mr. Bogle is saying that he did not get the result of the election and no radio station and TV station in Jamaica. And I'm asking if
he said we call it later when we reach home.
I don't have no time for this. Have a good day. Chatting nonsense in my ears. You can't look at me and tell me. Look how long election gone. And it's now you are saying to me that you never hear nothing about the election? No, sir. No. I fail to believe this. I really fail to believe something like this. It cannot be that we have a country. All of us on the platform here. Listen to them. We watch it. We watch everything. So Constantine cannot call me and tell me he'll never hear it. I don't believe him. Mr. Bogle, with all due respect to you, sir, I do not believe you, sir. If that is you, if that is a Constantine Bogle that I think that I know, I do not believe you, sir. Based on what you all say, we're live from the conference center in Montego Bay. The numbers are 954-529-8030. What do you think about the conference so far? They're saying that crime is down. I hear Minister of Investment Abin Hill is saying that crime has gone down. And I heard a lady from Nigeria who is the president of the African and Caribbean, whatever she said. And she said that it is easy to go online with Pika and apply for entrance into Jamaica. They get it quicker clock. And then you can apply for passport to get a quicker clock. We know right here in the United States that Jamaicans in the United States have applied to Pika for passport. And I know they can't get it. I know they cannot get it. All know they cannot get it. I never called Mr. Bowl, you know. They called the program here. And I said, hello. I wasn't talking about election today. I'm talking about what's going on at the Jamaica Conference Center. And they decided to call me and talk about election, and then they never hear the result of the election. Look how long election gone. We must be very careful what we're doing. And nobody's gonna put this program in this report. Nobody's gonna put this program in this report. None. The numbers to call is 954-529-8030. You heard Minister Biennial is saying to the entire public at the conference that's the 10th biennial Diaspora conference that is held in Montego Bay. Why we are bringing this over is because we need to comment at 7 o'clock this evening on what was said at the conference. So hopefully we'll get everything that we want to hear from them if they don't cut the feed from me. Because, you know, sometimes some of these people, they don't want to hear what they're saying, and put it behind closed door. I heard a gentleman spoke about the bloggers and social media, that they are putting out propaganda news. Oh God, in the last 24 hours, 6 people have been murdered in Westmoreland, yet crime is down. I heard about that, you know. I got a call about that, you know. As some people were murdered in Westmoreland. Dear God in heaven, have mercy upon us. Yes, there's somebody at the conference is saying that the government must do something. Hey, my good friend Wayne, how you doing? How you doing, my friend? Wayne, you know, I must call you. Wayne, have a talk on about this conference. Hold on for me. Hello, good night. Good morning. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Good morning, Mr. Tavares.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You getting another call?
No, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, I was listening to I was going on thing and I saw your program, so I stopped to listen.
Yes, ma'am.
I am hearing this man answering a question in regards to the diaspora and the people living in Jamaica. What are they doing to protect them against the crime? And, you know, and he's saying to her that, oh, crime is down, how much percent? Why do they have to lie to us? These people think we are still. I'm going to say something, Mr. Tavares. You might not feel happy about what I'm going to say, but this is my take on it.
Hold on for me, ma'am. Hold on for me. The views expressed on this program here are not the views of the producers, the host, nor the owner, nor Tavares Media Group. Those are the views of the callers. Go ahead, ma'am.
It's not anything derogatory, and I'm not abusing anybody.
Okay.
But what I'm going to say is, these people are treating us as if we're still living on a plantation, and some of us don't know what's going on. We don't read newspapers. We don't have any education. And they're putting us into a corner as if we are so stupid. Why are you coming to tell people about intimate partner, whatever, husband and wife having conflicts and something? If you don't, if they report it and you don't classify it as an issue of violence, that's your business. But husband murder wife, wife murder husband, it's still a statistics. So why are you trying to tell us that violence is down? They're still murdering people. I just heard you said before I called that how many people died on the western side of Jamaica this morning. So why are they trying to pump down things and lying to the people? They are disgusting, and I have nothing more to say. All I'm going to say to you, last night I called in, but Mr. President didn't pick up the phone. in time, so I hung up. I'm trying to say to you, thank you and Mr. Nelson, Dr. Francis, Mr. Rattigan, Jamaican Carlos, and all of you, Wayne Lonesome, Mystic Sensation, Aromatic, Miss Daisy Magazine, what's her name again? I don't remember the name. Miss Marie. Thank you all so much. God has a special blessing for you for opening the eyes of Jamaicans. Because guess what? I wasn't paying any attention to what's going on until one day I came across, just before I came across your program, I came across Wayne Lonesome. And what he was talking about was a certain person who is no longer in Parliament. She is back in Trelawney sitting down. I'm not going to call any name.
Yes, Marissa Dal Philibert. Go ahead.
All right.
Maybe
So
call the name.
the person, it was a conversation about how whatever she did to a family, and the man was on Wayne's program, and that opened my eyes until this day. Every chance I get to hear what's going on, I stop to listen, because even if I was living there, I would be tone deaf and not knowing what was going on. But thank God for Wayne Lonesome. And last night I was just calling in, not to comment about anything, but I said, God, I thank you for these people who they could be with their families tonight. Today's Father's Day. And these men, because of their love for a country that some of them no longer live in, they are out on this platform, enlightening and educating the people of what is going on. Thank you so much, Mr. Jeffrey, Mr. Tavares. Thank you so much. And convey my thanks to the panel tonight, because I am so proud of you guys.
I will. And thank you very much for calling in, my dear. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Same to you. I am going to call my good friend Wayne Global for he and I to chit-chat on this topic here, Jamaican diaspora. I'm going to call Wayne Global. And I must say this, the lady said that we could be with our family. Today is my anniversary. I know my wife don't like when I talk these things, but today is my anniversary. And look what I'm doing. Because what? The love for country. The love for country. And I don't get paid. So when you hear people talking that we're getting paid, right now I'm supposed to monetize this YouTube channel. And I'm having some difficulties doing it because of certain things. I do it out of the love of country. As I said last night on my program, when I interviewed Wilfred Radigan yesterday on Saturday, and I listened to Will, and I look into Will's eyes, the man is doing it out of love for country. I flew to Washington with my own money. New York, the same thing. Coming back home was the same thing. A one-way ticket and a one-way ticket down. The same thing. We do it out of love for country. We're not rich. I may have a name that maybe a multi-billion-dollar name, but I'm not rich. I don't beg. If I come in here and I ask for a donation towards anything, people talk, say, hey, you're coming and beg every minute. So I stop it. You hear this one about the golden 50th anniversary, Jeffrey? No, you see you? You're trouble, Anyway, I am not rich. We do this out of love for our country. Nobody pays us to do it. Not one single soul. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of Wayne Global. Hopefully answer his phone if he's not that busy. For us to talk about his views on the Jamaican diaspora in Jamaica right now. The conference going on in Jamaica right now. Hopefully he answers his phone. And he can be very busy at times, So when people come over here and talk about we're this and we're that, no, come on. Come on. We do this out of the love for country. For those who want to call in and speak to us about any topic, doesn't have to be the Jamaican diaspora, any topic at all that you think is affecting you, call us. The numbers are 954-529-8030. And remember that this evening at 7 p.m., I think it's 7 p.m. Jamaica time, Oh, by the way, there's some news coming into our news center that King Alarm workers are on strike. Whoa. Because the King Alarm Security Company in Jamaica right now is on strike. Let me see if we can get a hold of something, somebody else. I get another news thing coming into us from somewhere else. Hopefully this is true. I love to check my sources. I'm not going to jump and do things without checking my sources. I love to do things and check my sources. Have you seen the amount of accidents on our roads in Jamaica? The East Kingston police have extended curfew beyond the boundaries of Kingston 17 by another 48 hours. Hold on for me. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Mekutar program. You're live.
Good morning, Natty.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Tavares.
Yes,
Big up yourself and the team.
Thank you.
I'm proud as a Jamaican to hear you people stand up to do this type of criticism and the struggle that we are going. My brother not afraid. As Mr. William said, they up the crew, me respect one or go on with me. I go 80 years and I'm listening to the program
How old
night
are you,
after
sir?
night. And
Come
on.
How old are you?
I'm going 80 years.
Wow.
Complete my 79.
Yes, yeah.
And one of the good things I am glad about, Brother Jeffrey, my first daughter, September, will be coming. She will be 60 years young.
Whoa. You have passed your
So let me tell you.
You have passed your 7 score year and 10.
Let me tell you something, brother. We have one political party we come in Jamaica from its inception.
Yes.
The truth and speak it ever, cause it what it will. He who hide the wrong he did will does the wrong thing still, and that's why the country is as what it is. Michael Manley did make some of us carrying with gun in at the early by carrying Amnesty International come to Jamaica. Who fight it down? The Jamaica Labour Party and some other attorney and justice appeals. But you know why I'm not surprised? When I hear our they say whether it's right or wrong, whatsoever who say, it's final. Brother, I want to stand up. Keep up the fight. I mean, on the sorrow you can't come to Jamaica with the rise. I would have to join the march. I am for Mr. Golden and the thing what I try also. But we have some church people to them to get beaten for them sit back. Then corrupt. Thank you this morning, my brother. Continue doing your work.
Thank you, sir. You could be my father or grandfather.
You remember your accident? You remember great grandfather, sir?
Yes.
You remember your accident when you was the preacher man?
Yes, I thought you were him.
No, well, me I the younger name.
Yes.
You know, bitter. So, yeah, so let me tell you something. Make we keep up the fight, my brother. I respect what you people are going on with. Brother, big up, brother, well, for the team. I can't even don't name it, brother Carlos. Everybody, bandit, hot topic, every one of them talk your mind. I hit me out of this morning. Respect. When you continue.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Same to you.
And the world.
Thank you. He is 80 years old. My. He's going strong to be 80. I want to say good morning to my good friend who accommodated me on his program couple time. Hot topic. He's really burning the fire. When you go over there, sometimes he made the entire people laugh like anything. You know, and I must say thanks to him for continue working, for continue doing the job that he's doing. We're going to continue with some of the news. Hold on for me. I think there is something else that we need to get over here. Let me see what is going on here. One moment for me, please. The numbers to call into the program is 954-529-8030. Let's go back over to the Jamaica, to the Montego Bay Conference Center in St. James, Montego Bay. There is a live feed coming into us from them. Let us see if we can go back over to them. Then we're going to come back right here and talk some more of what is going on in the land of wood and no water. I am Jeffrey Tavares in the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. One moment, please. Here we go.
We can't complain. We've had quite a few persons coming in to do to participate in and also partake of the services that we're offering today. And the services that we're offering today are property tax query and payment, and that's only online payment. We're not doing any cash transactions.
So don't walk with your money, please. No cash.
And there's also limited stamp duty and transfer tax services, TRN application, and general tax information.
All right, lovely. So I'm going to come by again before the week is out to get some more information, because I know that folks in the diaspora definitely want to have more conversation, more information about tax and taxes and all of that good stuff. So Leslie, and thank you for chatting with me for such a brief moment, but I'll be back. We are wrapping inside of the marketplace, and we are going to come back at 2:15 with another plenary coming at you live again from the Montego Bay, where am I? The Montego Bay Conference Center. Wrapping this segment, and we will see you again soon.
As soon as we get another live feed from the Montego Bay Conference Center over there in the tourism mecca of Jamaica, where they're having the biannual Jamaica Diaspora Conference. It's not really the Jamaica Diaspora Conference, because the Jamaica Diaspora Conference is owned by Dr. Francis and the group. So is it biannual Diaspora Conference they have it as? It's not Jamaica Diaspora Conference, because by right they don't own the name. The name is not owned by them. In the meantime, until we can get back some more feed from them, let us go into some news. If not, then we're going to cut the program and wait until we can get back some more, the live feed from them. Get back the live feed from them. Let us get into some news here. One moment for me, please. Yes, we can get in some news here. Yes, at St. Catherine North, police is reporting observed violence in that area. Curfew is imposed by Bayshore Park Harbor View. I wonder why they put on so much curfew to do what is going on. They believe that the curfew is going to help stem Jamaica's crime problem. Are you aware that a Canadian Naval Patrol ship is in Havana, Cuba, along with the American fast attack submarine? Is there something going on between them and Russia in the Caribbean? Because Russia, there's some Russian warship in Cuba as we speak. As we speak, there's some Russian warship in Cuba. Wow. Wow. We're coming to you live on the Make We Talk program. We're having some discussion on the Jamaican diaspora. Well, the 10th biannual diaspora conference in Montego Bay. Let me see if I can get a hold of Dr. Rupert Francis. Hopefully he can answer the phone. Let me see if I can get a hold of Dr. Rupert Francis to give us some, his comment on what is going on in Montego Bay. Hopefully I can get through to him. I want to get Dr. Francis comment on what is going on in Montego Bay as we speak. Is the diaspora conference going on in Montego Bay? When I see if we can get a hold of Dr. Rupert Francis to get his comment on what is going on down there. I don't know if I'm going to get through to him. Hopefully. Well, his phone is ringing on an answer, so maybe we're not going to get through to Dr. Francis at the moment. We're not getting through to Dr. Francis. Let me see if I can get through to Mr. Wilfred Radigan to get his comment on what is going on, what his views, and what is... Mr. Ratigan, you're live on the Make We Talk program, sir. We're going to ask a comment on what is going on in Montego Bay, sir.
No, we can't talk in our mediation.
Oh, okay, sorry, sir. All right, no problem. Thank you. Sorry about that. Mr. Ratigan is in a mediation. He can't speak to us at the moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, people, we're trying to get a hold of Dr. Francis. We're not getting a hold of him to give us some comment on what is going on. Until we can get another feed from the Montego Bay. Hold on for me. I think there is something coming into us. Hold on, please. Don't move. Hold on for us, please. Let's see if we can get something in. There's a feed coming into us. One moment for me, please. Yes. I think there is something coming into us. Just bear with us so we can get the feed in. Let me go back to this right here. If not, then we're going to say goodbye for the rest of the afternoon until you join us. The numbers are, well, if you want to talk to us about anything, you can call in, you know. If you want to keep the program going, you can call in. If not, then I'm going to say goodbye. The numbers are 954-529-8030. That's the numbers to call into the program. 954-529-8030. That's the numbers to call into the program to keep the program going. If not, we're going to say goodbye. Oh, Lordy. Yes. Well, no one is calling in, so we're going to say goodbye for now. Until we can get a live feed from the Montego Bay Conference Center when they join. I think they're going to join us back at 2 o'clock, they said. Then we can get back the live feed and let you all hear what is going on. If not, then we're going to say goodbye for now. Well, I guess we're going to say goodbye because no call coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, people, thank you all for coming on. Join us back in a couple, well, maybe an hour, 2 or 2 hours. Join us back in a couple hours as we will come back to you for the 10th Biennial Conference at the Montego Bay Conference Center. I will try and enjoy my anniversary. Thank you all very much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all very much. We're going to join you guys back at about maybe 1, 2 o'clock. I'm not sure. It all depends on what time they get back in because they don't want us to take the feed to you guys, you know. I don't think they want that, but you know how Jeffrey is. Anywhere the feed is coming in from, I'll find it and bring it to you guys. Thank you all very much for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of the Make We Talk program. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you and may God bless the island home of ours, Jamaica land we love. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Until you hear me in a couple hours, may God bless you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Good morning or good afternoon.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.